From the alley-oops at Kezar to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time, and the 49ers actually made a selection at 102, one of their normal picks. It was weird that it was actually one of their normal picks, but they got a good player, cornerback Ambry Thomas from Michigan. A great pick, Alex.
It's a wonderful pick. It's a wonderful pick there. It was obviously the next cornerback on their board. It's a guy that we talked about in our defensive back episode, So if you missed that, go check it out then. So it's not like we didn't know about this guy. We honestly just thought there were guys higher on the board. We thought there were guys that they would go after earlier with the picks that they had. And so we just didn't think this was a guy the Niners would target where they targeted him, because we figured they would have already addressed the cornerback issue earlier. They didn't. They surprised everyone a little bit going interior offensive line early, which I know a lot of Niners fans are happy about. I know that we're happy with it also.
We are.
And then we thought for sure they would come up from 102. They definitely did come up from 102, but they didn't give up 102 to do it, which you love to see. And they got the running back. They were targeting a cornerback, and so they fall onto this guy here, Ambry Thomas, the next guy on their board after Paulson Adebo, which I'm happy with. I'm happy they at least got a guy that they were comfortable with at the cornerback position. And man, I'll tell you what, not a bad pickup here.
No, he's a guy that can play man and zone, so he's another guy that's flexible. You won't be pigeonholed into having to play the cover 3 scheme. You're seeing them kind of transfer the way that they play defense. The secondary has changed over the years from these base cover 3 kind of guys like Richard Sherman and those type of guys to guys that can play man and zone. So you're going to have a lot more flexibility in the secondary, and that's what you need. You need guys that can do it all, so that way you can confuse the offense, play shell coverages, make the quarterbacks think they see one thing when it's really something else. The fact that they're going to be able to do all that is going to be nice. Ambry Thomas is going to be a nice depth guy that's going to develop behind Emmanuel Mosley and behind Jason Verrett, and eventually he'll be able to step in and get a lot of starting minutes and play well. Tim Harris Jr. is somebody to keep an eye on and watch, because he also can help out in that area. But this guy is a good young player who comes with a great mindset. He wants to be a cerebral type player, and that's what you want from the cornerback position.
100%, man. And I'll tell you what, I like the pick because of the fact that you're not pigeonholing yourself as a defense into a cover 3 mold. However, this guy said in his presser with the 49ers after he was drafted, number one, he's happy to just be drafted. He wasn't into the whole hoopla and all the fanfare. He loves football. Football is his priority. And now he gets to get paid for his priority and the thing he loves, which, man, I'll tell you what, as a 49er fan, and just a football junkie as a coach, you'll love to hear that out of a kid, out of a prospect. Football is your love. Football is the thing you want to do. And you know what? Now I get to get paid to do the thing I want to do. This is a dream come true for this kid.
Yep.
And then on top of that, he said, specifically, name dropped Richard Sherman as someone he'd like to work with and learn from, because he tries to mold a lot of the things he does in his work ethic and study habits after a guy like that. The door was already cracked open a little bit for Richard Sherman. Ambry Thomas might kick the door wide open for him, in fact.
Well, and Ambry Thomas is an Adam Peters pick.
Yep.
And everyone knows that Adam Peters is a great evaluator of talent. As soon as I heard that definitely made me feel even better about, the choice that they made, because anytime that, he's on someone and he champions someone, that means there's somebody that's going to be a good player in the league. The fact that this guy is cerebral and looks at it that way, that he said he was looking to see what the offense did, trying to find tricks in what they do as far as scheme and routes. So he is definitely playing it that way. Of course, Richard Sherman and these guys are going to teach him that you play the offensive coordinator. You look into the offensive coordinator's tendencies. Once you figure out what the offensive coordinator likes to do, then all the routes and everything makes sense. You don't play the player, you play the coach. And I think once he figures that out, because he's a smart guy and he's got a lot of great athletic ability, he is going to do very well. Development, yes, but a great pick in the 3rd round.
It's funny, too. This is a Harbaugh kid. Played for Harbaugh at Michigan.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman, Harbaugh kid. I mean, listen, he may not like Harbaugh, but at the end of the day, he is a Harbaugh guy. He played for him at Stanford. It's funny that it ends up being the comparison of the guy that he wants to emulate. He's got a lot of similarities to Sherman in the sense of who he played for and how he wants to see the game. That could end up working out. Maybe that's Sway Shanahan and Lynch to bring Richard Sherman back in so that he can help mold this kid. Maybe Uncle Sherm is going to fit into the Uncle Sherm actual mold now. Maybe Uncle Sherm is going to be starting to do a little more coaxing and helping these youngsters out more than he's going to be impactful on the field. If he's willing to take that kind of money, I mean, hey, listen, anything you can pull out of Richard Sherman's brain and put it into your own to be successful, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I just like the mindset, too, that Ambry Thomas has. It's like, look, you know what? I want to be successful, cerebral. I want to be in the right spot at the right time to make the right play. And that's, if you look at this film, that's what it was. Ball's tipped, he's in the right spot to intercept it. You know, he's always kind of just right there making plays. That's what you want from a guy, instinctiveness, but also paying attention pre-snap. Because if you're paying attention pre-snap, you can get a good idea. That's how you jump routes and make plays.
It very well is. Let us know what you thought about this pick down below in chat, in the comment section right now. Did you love the pick here? Were you a little shocked that Ambry Thomas was the first corner that we targeted? Let us know what you thought. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. That way you're notified every time we go live, every time we post, every time anything happens on this channel. You will know about it. You'll be here to talk. You'll be here to discuss. We want that for you.
Yeah, be here. Join the conversation. Let's have a great conversation about these draft picks. How do you feel about how the 49ers have done, through these 3 rounds that we've talked about so far? Is there a player that you thought they should have taken instead of Ambry Thomas? Do you like the pick? How do you think he's going to develop in this system? Can DeMeco Ryans get the most out of him now that he's the defensive coordinator? All big questions to be asked and answered, but it's going to be fun, and we're building towards a fun training camp.
We still got more players to break down. You don't want to miss any of those breakdowns. You don't want to miss any of this discussion. And until then, 49ers fans, you stay safe.
And remember, the right way
is always the 49ers way.